afternoon, Dubai. That was pretty slow. Come on, everybody is feeling a little low. It's lunchtime, but hopefully I'll make an effort to get you excited. So my name is Vibhor Kapoor, and I work at AdRoll. We are a digital marketing and advertising platform. And what I want to talk to you today is how to grow your active traders using strategic marketing. So let's roll with it. So there's going to be three things that I'll touch today. One, just refresh for you the unique challenges that exist in Forex trading today. Second, we have created a strategic marketing formula that I want to share with you. This is based on our best practices. This is based on what we have learned in the industry. And then I want to share with you some of AdRoll's insights. We've been in this industry for about 15 years. We've been helping many of the Forex trading platforms grow their active traders. And I'd love to share what we have learned over the last several years. So let's get into the challenges. I'm sure you heard some of these, but the first one that I want to highlight is competition. Look at the number of attendees in this conference. Look left, look right. And what you really see is this is a hyper-competitive place. We have some ambitious people here. They want to grow their trader base. We have a lot of the traders are, in their 40s. They are ambitious. They want to make an impact. And what that means for you as trading platforms is that you're operating in a hyper-competitive space. Second, the emerging markets. Emerging markets around the world are being released very rapidly. The situations are changing and evolving. One day you have market one day you have market two. So if you are a trading platform, how quickly you capture the opportunity of entering a market is going to be significant in terms of how you grow your active traders. And then finally, regulation. Yes, on one side, you have markets that are emerging left, right, and center. But on the other end, you also have an evolution of all the regulation around the world. You want to work with someone, and you want to have a strong compliance team. But if you really want to grow your business, these are three aspects you need to keep in your backdrop: competition, the growth of emerging markets, as well as regulation. So what I want to do now is introduce to you a strategic marketing formula. This is the formula that we have designed based on our experience, which says how you grow your active traders. And it's pretty simple, RER. And what do I mean by that? Reach, engagement, retention. And over the next few minutes, I'll unpack each of these. So let's talk about reach. Very simply stated, reach is about ensuring that you have enough traders that are joining you in your funnel. In marketing, we always think about things in terms of a funnel. So what I'm talking about here in terms of reach is, are you bringing new traders into your funnel? And are you continuing to bring traders that you lost back into your funnel? Reach is significant. And here is why. We have done research that tells us that 95% of traders are not going to be successful. And 80% of them are going to quit in the first 2 years. You will say, okay, I get it, but what does that mean? What that means is, if you are a trading platform, and if you're not bringing new traders into your funnel, you will have a really hard time growing your business, my friends. So it's critical that you continue to drive reach and you continue to bring more traders into the funnel, because the success rate is low. And a lot of the speakers earlier have talked about what's the DNA and what's the attitude and what's the skill that's needed to succeed. So this really builds on that point. Now, we've also done a lot of market research to really understand that what does it take for you to drive reach? And I want to share with you some of our interpretations. We have a lot of customers in e-commerce. And in e-commerce, we look at what is called touch points and impressions. And when you're buying something online, let's say a shirt or a yoga mat or a ball, to really have that customer sign up, which may be a sign up or a particular transaction, you need 7 impressions and 56 touch points. So you need to be, having an impression 7 times and touching them 56 times before they decide to make a purchase. But why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that because in contrast, when you look at Forex trading, you actually see that it takes up to 138 impressions for you to be able to drive conversion. The second data point we have seen is the number of days it takes to convert someone, and that is 23 days. And why is that important? That's important because, my friends, you need much more patience. You need many more impressions if you really want to make sure that you're going to drive reach from your trading community. So don't have the expectation that this is like any other e-commerce or retail offering. This takes a lot of tenacity for you to persist and to drive the impressions if you want to achieve that success. So let's build on that. Now you understand that because a lot of traders are going to not be in your funnel, they'll not have successful outcomes, and the fact that you need more impressions and you need more patience, you will say, okay, so what do I need to do? What are the questions I need to answer in terms of my strategy for me to grow my reach? And here are some points that we have put together in terms of what we have learned in how to think about launching your campaign. Some of these are fundamental, but we see a lot of trading platforms that are really not succeeding because they have missed the mark on these fundamental points. So first, as you launch into a region, understand what are the topics of interest for those Forex customers. This is critical, and it's critical because it may vary from one geography to another geography. What's the hottest topic in Forex is critical for you to understand and not try to do a one-size-fits-all. Second, can your salespeople speak the local language? And as you take your experience online, I think we had said, 90% of the traders, they trade online. What you need to make sure is your website can talk to the languages that are prevalent in that country. And then the million-dollar question. If you are in multiple geographies, how do you decide what your mix should be across different geographies? We work with our customers very closely, looking at their website data and understanding what their mix should be. Whether they have awareness in one market, whether they want to go into another new market. And we can look at their website data and through our quarterly reviews, help them optimize how they should think about their marketing mix as they go into new geographies. And then finally, as it comes to deposit value, you need to think what's the deposit value that you want to think, again, on a geographic basis. No one size fits all. And it will be dependent on what's the kind of presence you have in one market versus the other. So critical that you understand that you need to have a broad funnel also critical for you to remember that it will take many more impressions than in a classic e-commerce situation, and that you need to think strategically about all these questions when you are ready to launch a campaign. So that was reach. And I want to spend the next couple of minutes talking about engagement. So now you have acquired new traders. How do you get them spending? In a lot of cases, we've seen the outcome you're really trying to drive is have the person that signed up do their first deposit. So let's unpack that. One of the first things I suggest you need to do is to firstly market your segment. See who are your novice traders, and then these are the people that have just signed up, they are early in their trading experience, and who are your experienced traders. Now, this seems pretty obvious, but yes, you have to think about your engagement strategy. Remember the REI in the context of both of these users. So let's talk about novice traders. A lot of engagement is about content and it's about touch points. And this is reinforced by a lot of the speakers that you heard on earlier. If you are targeting novice traders, what you need to do is focus on education and guidance. And here, what you're really trying to do is give them foundational content, give them fundamental content so that they can get started. Remember, they are novice, they are learners, right? We've always been there in something or the other. And what you're trying to do is to get them started. That's what your emphasis is. And they may not be very conversant. They may not even have access to market information. So what you're also trying to do in this case is to make sure that you can give them enough access to information. Now, the plan with experienced traders is different. These are people who have been in this market for a while. They are willing to take risks. They understand what the patterns are. So you are really appealing to a different level. Here, your focus is creating content that makes them an expert. You may want to show what's the value of your platform versus the others. You may want to create content like podcasts and newsletter, which give you insights. You may want to bring experts into a panel discussion like we were having. Your intent here is entirely different. It's not to educate with the fundamentals. It's not to get them started. But it really is, how do you get them to become an expert? And how do you help them become differentiated? So in all, what you're trying to do in terms of engagement is tailoring it to the needs of the user. Who's doing this well? I use this example of OctaFX. They are a financial trading platform. They're based out of St. Vincent and Grenadines. And I really like what they do here. What I really like is that in their marketing, they have brought in the human element. So what you see over there is them emphasizing the aspect of a dual life of a trader. They may actually be an IT architect. They may be a fashion designer. They may be a stay-at-home mom. And what you really are trying to do through your advertising is to appeal to them at a human level. And I think OctaFX does a fantastic job. They have also created their advertising and marketing, where you can think about fundamentals, which you see on your right, as well as how to get someone to achieve mastery. So almost attending a master class. And I think they've created their campaigns which they are able to orchestrate across, whether it's novice traders or it's experienced traders. At AdRoll, we have created automation and orchestration tools that you can actually work across web, across social, across email to be able to create your campaigns that you can orchestrate across all of these scenarios. So let's talk about retention. Everyone knows here, I'm assuming in the room, that it's more expensive for you to find new customers than to keep existing ones. And we have found that ratio really is 5x. It's 5x times more expensive for you to find new traders than to keep existing ones. And what does that mean? That means that you've brought the user into the funnel, you engage them at a deeper level, depending on their expertise, but you now really go and work hard to make sure that you retain them. So let's talk about that. One of the things that I think, again, in terms of customer segmentation, is for you to understand how your traders are behaving. What are their patterns of their usage? And what we have done is we have created 3 different profiles. So let me click through these and I'll talk through them one by one. New trader. What we really are talking about here is someone that signed up for an account but hasn't made a deposit yet. And you got to think about them in terms of your retention strategy, the third R in the RER that I introduced. Second, you may have active traders. They have engaged with you in the last X days. Say they've made a deposit, assume they have done a transaction, they have logged in but not done a transaction. I would classify them as an active trader because they really are engaged in your platform to a certain level. And then you may have someone that was engaged at a certain point in time. They were active, but they are a paused trader. And they've had funds deposited, but has not been active for a while. Now, once you define your customers in terms of these different cohorts, you can use a variety of engagement strategies and a variety of retention strategies specifically, once you really understand what their behavior is and what their intent is. So I'm going to talk about one of our customers here for a minute, and the customer is TMGM. They are an online trading platform based out of the Australasias, and they have worked with us and they've been able to drive over 30% growth in their conversions, in their new conversions. And what they have done is embrace some of the concepts that I was sharing with you earlier, doing a segmentation of their user base, making sure that you're appealing in your content to a novice trader versus an expert trader, and then using a variety of factors to engage them. I'm showing a couple of ads. They actually used a milestone moment with the Australian Open to engage with users on their trading platform. And then on the right, when they had traders that were either paused or weren't active, they were engaging them with offers. And that's what I would do. Use a variety of tactics for you to drive a deeper retention based on the profile of your users. If you're interested more, there's a QR code here, and there's going to be a QR code at the end. You can scan that and you can learn about them and how they partnered with AdRoll. At this note, I want to move on and share some of our best practices. So just looking back, we talked about the challenges in the industry. We talked about the strategic marketing formula, RER, reach, engagement, retention. Hopefully that was valuable. But what have we seen in the market? Having been in this market as a marketing and advertising partner for many of these trading platforms, the first question that's asked is, okay, I get it. I need to drive reach, and then I need to drive engagement and retention. But where should I put greater emphasis? And what we've done the research on is that the ideal mix in terms of how you do your marketing emphasis and your media spend is a 66% towards prospecting. This is broadening your funnel. This is about reach. This is about brand awareness. You need to bring more traders into the funnel and then spend the rest of your money, a third of your media funds, towards driving retargeting. Remember the 138 impressions I talk about? You need to bring users to your site, and you need to sustain in terms of delivering the impressions so that, and you do that using retargeting so that you are able to move them towards a successful conversion outcome. And that outcome being making a first deposit. So keep that in mind. And then the second thing I'll highlight is when you start to create your ads, be thoughtful about the ads and the ad formats. What we have seen is that video performs incredibly well. Video is expensive though because you have to create video class assets. They have to be high quality. But HTML5 is another opportunity where you can really create high engaging ads. You see some of the samples there at the bottom that we have worked on with our customers. The other analysis we have done is in terms of what are the ad types and where is the spend going. So most of the customers are spending money on static banner ads. That's fine. That's a good start. But if you really want to differentiate and get a deeper level of engagement, what you need to do is think about video and think about HTML5. And if you do that, that's going to get you a deeper engagement. Actually, stepping back, it's going to get you build reach, to build engagement, and to build retention. On that note, I'll wrap up. Time's up. Thank you for the opportunity. Come see us at booth 114. The TMGM case study is right here, and me and my team will be happy to talk with anyone. Thank you.